Hello everyone, we're gonna get some manga done today. I didn't stream yesterday, my hand was feeling pretty sore and I had to ice it up, so that's why I wasn't here yesterday. But we are now going to get some stuff done. What I did do yesterday, just in case you guys are kind of curious, is I went around to my pages and found that I had a few more like inconsistencies as far as the way the panels were set up and some of that little stuff. So that was some of the stuff that I worked on kind of yesterday while I was letting my arm rest a little bit. Getting all kind of tingly, like like when your hand falls asleep, or like hand or leg falls asleep, and like it's just starting to wake up. That like super crazy like electrical feeling that you get. That's kind of what it felt like yesterday. So yeah, that was something yesterday. All right, so mostly going to be focusing on this page today. I need to double check the lettering on this one. I'm pretty sure it's all good, but I'm going to double check that today. And then I'm going to try to get this panel done. So I got some sketching done I think last time I worked on it. And then I took a break, worked on the anniversary piece, and now I'm working on this. Can't believe like it's been the same week. It feels a lot longer. Maybe it's just me, but it feels like it's been a lot longer than that. Alright, I think this was my liner layer. Yep, this is my liner layer. Moved a few things around my station here, so my workspace. So I'm kind of figuring out where everything is again. It's what I get for moving things around. So yeah, I suddenly forgot where my brush was. Okay, I found it. Forgot what my brush was, guys. That's what I get, I suppose. Alrighty. So the big thing we're doing today is getting some inking on this one done. Alright, how big is that brush? It's a little too large, so let's make it a little smooth. And texture density is a little too smooth. There we go. Bring the size down a little. Oh, it's a little too small. I think about 15 to 20 is where I like it. Yeah. Then again, I work on a pretty large can. Oopsie, my tablet moved. I went to draw and my tablet moved away from me. My tablet is still moving away from me. Let's move this up a little bit. There we go. Now that, yeah, there we go. I have like stoppers on my, so I have a Cintiq 16, and the stoppers on the bottom I guess had moved or fallen off, so they weren't holding the tablet still. It's okay though. I have some new music today. I hope you guys like it. It's a little different than what I usually listen to. It's a channel that I recently started listening to called, believe it or not, it's called Sexy Pigeon. I was not expecting the music that I heard when I first heard about the channel. I found it just when I was kind of like scrolling around looking for something to watch. And I was able to see this really silly artwork. It's like a pigeon with tattoos and jewelry, and I thought it was just absolutely adorable. So I clicked on it just based on the image alone. And I really liked the sound of it. And so I've been kind of listening to their music today and I really like it. And they have an aesthetic playlist. And I was like, hell yeah, that's really cool. So if you guys want to check them out, there's a link to this particular playlist in my description if you want to check it out. We're just gonna kind of vibe today. And by the way, thank you all for all the new subs lately. We got 4 or 5 new subs in the last couple 2 or 3 days. So thank you all for joining on the crew. If you guys are watching, or if you guys end up watching this later, I appreciate it. For now, it's just getting manga done and making up for the stream that I missed yesterday. Now that my arm isn't being a butthole. If you guys don't know why my arm does this, quick catch up. I have a pinched nerve on my elbow, and then on like the pinky side of my drawing hand, which is I'm right-handed. It's something called ulnar tunnel. It's U-L-N-A-R, ulnar tunnel. And that's sort of like it's sort of like carpal tunnel, but it's on the pinky side, and it affects the nerves to the ring finger and the pinky finger. And it's like a entrapment basically, and it's like the tendon there. I think it's the tendon. It like is too tight, and so it like cuts off the nerve sometimes. That's basically what's happened, and it's just the result of drawing so much. So that's all it is. Thank you for the like, I appreciate it. Hope you're having a wonderful day. This should be in a bit more. Alrighty, let's see. Hey, Lunary, what's up? Lurking is perfectly fine. I understand that a lot of people work while watching me stream, and so that's perfectly fine. That's how body doubling works. That is actually a thing. It's called body doubling, where if we see someone else working, we want to work too. So that's a perfectly normal thing. Lurking is perfectly acceptable here. If it helps you guys get stuff done, then hey, it's a good stream then, right? Definitely don't mind lurking. Views all the same to me, for one, plus it kind of feels like when people like lurk in a stream, it kind of feels like we're all just like in a little workspace working together, and it actually feels kind of nice. What are you working on? Or are you working on something? Or are you just kind of having a chill day? It's kind of cold up here in Tennessee. Right now, let's see what it is right now. Last time I looked, let's see. Right now we're looking at 24 degrees, and it's gonna get down to about 20. So it's pretty nippy right now here in Tennessee. No snow. We're not even gonna get any precipitation, like rain or snow, until next Thursday. So it's just gonna be cold. It'll be cold today, but the next couple days it'll warm back up to the 50s and 60s. So, at least according to my calendar thingy here. We got a lot of rain yesterday, though. Oh. Working on your lore? Nice. Lore is good. Oh, you have an RP going? I love doing RPs. RPs are fun. I have a friend that I do an RP with as well. And we mix our head worlds together, and it's so good because it helps really, honestly, it's really fun, but it also like helps put your characters in situations that they may normally never be in. And I feel like it's great because it like helps develop the character more, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of feel like you understand them better because they get to be put in situations they may normally never get to experience. So, yeah. This one RP that I'm talking about, I've had going with a friend since, oh my goodness, 2018, 2019. We've had this RP going, and I think we've restarted it 2 or 3 times, like from the beginning, just like for fun. Like, we've reset it a few times just to see like how things turn out differently. Oh, you got snow yesterday? Nice. Did you get like a lot of snow, or was it sort of like the like pellety kind of wimpy snow that melts super fast? Like, what kind of snow was it? I want some snow, but it's not really snowing here. Kind of wimpy this year. Which is weird. Usually if we do get like the really bad weather, like winter weather, it's usually like January to February. And we had a little bit of snow, but it didn't last very long. We did have like a couple days where it got down to like 9, 10 degrees. It got really close to like the negatives, but that was it. It was just a few days. Oh, it melted, but at least you got to see the snow. That's good. Bummer, dude. It's funny. How do I deal with burnout? Well, I think it depends on what's causing the burnout. Usually when I'm feeling burnouts, I'll try to identify what's causing the burnout. Because I personally think there's different types of burnouts. I'll write them out really quick. So there's a couple different reasons people may not draw. And I feel like it's really important to make sure you're experiencing like the one that you think you are. So there's burnout. And there's something I like to call white canvas syndrome. I heard it from somewhere, and I don't remember where I heard it from. There's white canvas syndrome, which is basically like perfectionism. I can spell today. Then there's perfectionism, burnout, and then there's, what was the other one? My brain's lost on me for a minute. I forget what the other one is. I know that there's a third. Well, let's work on these two, and then maybe the other one will come to me. White canvas syndrome is more like you want to draw, like you're willing to draw, you want to do the thing, but you're like, there's like a fear or anxiety with it. So if you're feeling like anxious about it, or like you're afraid of messing up or something, then that would probably be more like white canvas syndrome, or like a perfectionism that's holding you back. So that's more of an anxious thing. And then with actual burnout could be for a lot of reasons. It could be like an emotional burnout, or it can be a physical burnout, and both of them exist. If it's like physical burnout, it could be you're tired, you're not either eating well, you're not sleeping well. There's like more of like a physical element to why you're burned out. And then if it's more emotional, like are there new stresses in your life? Have you just gone through like a major life change, like you've moved, you started a new job, or like something like familial or friendship wise in your life has changed? You know, I feel like sitting down and writing out these things is really, really helpful. So that's how I usually would do it. So for example, like if I'm stressed about something, I may say like I have a journal, right? I do have a journal and I use diaries. And I'll be like, okay, like this thing happened to me on this day and I feel this way about it. And then I'm like, why? Like, I'll write why. It's like, because I feel this way and I feel this way. And then, you know, like I also feel this and I feel this way. You know, so I tend to try to write out my feelings as if, I know for a lot of people that doesn't work. I have a very analytical brain. And so for me, something like that can really help. Trying to sort of identify like what the root cause of the issue is. But yeah, I'm a super analytical person. So for me, that works really well. And I think the difference between something like burnout and then the white canvas syndrome would be like, in white canvas syndrome, the body is willing, but like it's an anxious thing, right? So that's a mental block. Versus if it's burnout, like that's more of like a mental block, usually. You know, usually. If it's a physical thing, if you're like just tired, for example, like maybe you just got through an illness, maybe, you know, you just had dental surgery, maybe you know, like you have like a chronic illness and you're really struggling with it to get your artwork done. Yeah, so that's what I try to do, is I try to I try to sort it out on paper first, and then if that doesn't work, I take a break. Other options, other things you can try are a new medium. I'll actually just go ahead and write this out so that anyone can see these. Try a new medium. If you're mostly a digital person, work traditionally. And here's the cool part about this. It's so, like, if you're stressed about something and you're like, oh, well, if I try a new medium, I'm going to be bad at it. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. If you're new at it, right? It's a new medium. You're not going to be good at it right away. And so what it does is it takes all of the pressure off to perform well, right? And so, for example, I'm not good at watercolors. I'm not good at it at all. But what working in a new medium does is it forces you to think in a different way. That's one of the reasons why I really enjoy the sketchbook, the sketchbook diary that I have. Is because it forces me to apply the things I already know, like drawing and composition and color. It forces me to apply those things in a different way than I'm used to doing, like I would when I'm drawing manga. Or if I'm working on a digital piece of artwork, it forces my brain into a different, a different process. So that's also a really fun thing to try. Also with the sketchbook diary, you kind of get both, and like you never have to show it to people. Right? I choose to show mine because I want to show people what I go through on a daily basis, but you don't have to show it to. If you want, like, if it's something that you're embarrassed about or you don't like after you're done, just throw it away. Just throw the artwork away, or throw it in like a folder somewhere, or do something with it. You know, you don't have to keep it around if you don't want to. There's lots of different things that you can do, you know, with that. One other thing that I do is, I'll go like, I'll read or watch old media that I liked. So for example, one of my favorite things to do when I'm really, really, really burned out is to go watch Yu Yu Hakusho or go watch Shaman King, like some of like the very, very, very first anime and manga that I got into when I was a kid, to sort of like feel that spark again. And usually I'll know if like this is it. If within like the first like 15-20 minutes, I'll be like, no, I don't want to watch this again. No, this isn't it. No, this isn't it. So I'll do that a lot. If I'm like really stressed, because, you know, like go back to what got you excited about it in the first place. It may be a little silly, but like the movie that got me into wanting to study storytelling was James Cameron's Avatar. That was the movie that I watched, and I was like, oh my god, I want to learn animation. And then I learned I hate 3D animation, and I suck at it. And I suck at 3D modeling, but I was able to learn that I really love storytelling through going through sort of my animation degree, and that's why I stepped into illustration after my animation degree. Is because I learned that as much as I like as much as I like animation, I don't think it would be a career choice for me. Which is funny now that I do comics, because it's very similar. But yeah, so that would be my suggestion, would be to try some of these different things, and see which one works out for you. Because it kind of ultimately depends on what's causing it. And, I mean, it's sort of like, oh no, there's like blood on my hands, and what's wrong? And I'm like, I don't know, like, let's check these things. Is there a cut? Is it someone else's blood? Like, did you, like, get a nick somewhere? Like, you gotta figure out what's causing it before you can fix it. That probably wasn't a good example. Let's say you got water on the floor. Where did the water come from? I don't know, Watson, let's figure it out. It's elementary. So, hopefully it helps. Yeah. So, sorry to not give you a solid answer as far as, like, what I specifically do. You know, depends on what's causing it. For me, when it usually happens, to be completely honest, it's like a mental block. It's like a pressure thing. Just because, like, you get up to having a certain, I don't want to say, like, audience level, because I don't think I'm famous at all. But I have, like, a lot of eyes on me all the time because of, like, my job, and, you know, like, now that I'm working with Viz, I feel like a lot of pressure. And that was one of the things that I actually talked about in my Manga diary, a little bit, is, like, the level of, improvement, like, the level of, like, standards that I have to reach now, I was completely unprepared for. As much as I thought I was ready for that, I was not. And it burned me out for a couple weeks. I was really stressed out about it. I thought I'm never going to be able to meet these standards, and I'm just going to disappoint my editor, and it's pointless. And so, like, I burned out for a little bit. And I was able to figure out, you know, what was causing it, and figure out a solution. And the solution was to go read and watch the things that I used to love. The other thing I did is I went back and I looked back at my old artwork, and I read my old journals and my old diaries and my old sketchbooks. And eventually I came to the conclusion that it's like, look, you're like you from 10 years ago would like do some terrible things to you if you were sitting here having, like, literally, like, your dream editor to work with, and, like, you're sitting here questioning yourself. Like, get back to work, bro. So, that was kind of, like, yeah, you know what, you're right, I worked really hard for this. Like, I should be proud of myself. You know, so, yeah. Sometimes it's just a matter of perspective. And sometimes it's that easy, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a process you have to work on for a couple weeks, or, you know, even longer. When I had COVID in 2022, the very, very end of 2022, and I couldn't draw for weeks. Absolutely weeks. And I had to slowly get my drawing brain back. Took a really long time to get my drawing brain back. It was really, really frustrating, because it's like, I want to draw, I have the desire to draw, but nothing I draw comes out right, and I feel like I'd lost my edge, I'd lost my spark, and I feel like I was never going to get it back. And that was really scary, and then I just got more depressed, and then I fell into this, like, spiral of, like, my life is over, I can't draw anymore. And I was tired, like, I couldn't even walk around Walmart without losing my breath, to, like, go basic grocery shopping and not live with anyone else. So, like, I have to do everything. I have to, like, take care of my cat, and I have to cook, and I have to clean, and, you know, I have to be a human being and go get my own stuff, and, like, it was hard to sort of get that back. So in that case, it was more of like a physical burnout that turned into like a mental one with like anxiety and stuff. I think another thing that's really important is to reach out to people close to you too. If you have people that you can trust with, that you can trust and you can talk to about those things, definitely reach out to them and talk to them. You know, and if you're worried if they want to help you with those sort of things, just ask them. Be like, hey, like I've got some heavy stuff I want to talk about. Like, is that okay? Can you handle that? You know, and if they say yeah, do the thing. Talk to them. And if it's something they can't handle, like, respect that and be like, okay, well, I'll go find somebody else that I can talk to about it, you know? So, also utilize the resources around you, the people around you. Like me, which is what you did. So props, good job. Oh, I might need to go get some water. I just realized that I didn't fill my water bottle before I started streaming. I'll finish this up here real quick and then I'll go get some water. I need to like set up a bot that people can trigger to tell me to go get water. Like I used to have on Twitch. Hydration bot? Exactly, yeah, hydration bot. Yep. Like a timer. I can do that with a night bot. I need to get that set up. Cause I have a night bot. I just gotta get it moved over here. Cause I think I had it on Twitch when I was using it last. So I gotta get it moved over here. Did you guys have a good Saturday so far? How's your Saturday been, B? Man, I really like this music. This is some nice music. I've been listening to them today, and it's really nice. I actually found them yesterday. But I really made sure to explore their stuff today, and I really like it. I love like the random Japanese and the random Japanese and that white noise. Speaking of Japanese, I need to make sure I do my homework this weekend. It's gonna be a busy week next week, and I gotta make sure I get my homework done. Schedule a chapter release? Hell yeah, get her done. I started uploading some pages. I finally got some pages like done so that I could like export them and upload them. So I relate, but it's nice and so satisfying when you can like get a whole release up there. Last time I put out a whole release was like June? June of last year. I'm trying to have this chapter up and posted for my launch anniversary, which is the 31st of March. How many pages did you get put up? How many pages are a chapter? Are you doing like the 16 to 20 page chapters, or are you doing something longer than that? Oh, I needed to get a reference for how to do this part. Oh, no. Did I pack my manga away? I think I did. I did. Oh, no. I didn't leave Yu Yu Hakusho out? That doesn't sound like me. Really? I didn't leave it out? Oh. I didn't leave it out. Oh. That means I gotta open a reference. Let me get a reference open here, y'all, because my dumb brain didn't do it. I'm gonna move this down here. Hey, Clip Studio, will you listen to me, please? Alright, I'm gonna move this down here. Not where I want it to go, but that'll have to do. I'm gonna move my subview tool back over here so I can have my reference up. Alright, that would be in where is my reference folder for this specific type of thing? What I need is like motion, like a really quick motion. The manga that I normally would use the reference is actually temporarily packed at the moment. So I need to go get my reference folder open. Because when I was doing the sketching, I had my reference out, but now I don't. Oops. I love it when I do that. My bad. Well, none of these are a good reference. Let's try this folder. Sorry guys, I'm looking for a reference really quick. Do. This will be a good reference. Here we go. Yep, actually this was the page I was looking for anyway, so that'll do. Alright, now I've got my reference up here. 40 pages! That's a hunk of pages! It's the first chapter? Oh, it's your first chapter? Nice. Congrats on getting your first chapter uploaded. Yes. Yes. And you said it's going live tomorrow? That's gotta be exciting. How long have you been working on it? Nice. Well, congratulations, your first step towards being a successful creator. First of many, I'm sure. Started developing it about 1.5 years ago, but started storyboarding some chapters around December. Oh, wow. 40 pages since December? In a few months? Wow. Damn. That's quick work. Do you have a buffer, or are you just posting the pages like as is? Like as you finish them? Alright, this area here will actually be filled in a little bit. I love me some hatching! Just kidding. I love hatching. I'm just being a pain. Let me try again here. What's up? Hey, how are you doing? You getting some work done too? Hey, yo. How's everybody? Dun, 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 dun. Let's see, B said, I'm gonna post as I finish chapters, but I have scripts and storyboards. Nice. That's a good idea. Yeah, same thing with Godsbane. I've thought about, like, do I want to, do I want to actually, like, finish, like, stuff in advance and then have, like, a huge buffer? Or do I, like, want to actually, have, like, a, just, like, post as you go mood? I don't know. I've thought about it. But that's why I'm kind of working on my writing and see if I can at least get, like, my, like, sketches done in advance as much as possible. And then worry about, that kind of stuff. Sort of like, you know, like the episode from Dexter's Lab. Study now, or party now, study later. Do you know where your entire story is going? I know like 90% of it. There's a few things that I'm in the middle of changing right now. I did change my ending recently. I thought of a much better ending for two particular characters, so that it's gonna shift the ending just slightly. I have to rewrite a little bit of stuff in the middle to like make that actually work. But for the most part, yeah, like I have my entire outline written out. And then I have like a summary of each chapter written out, like what I want to happen within each chapter. And then sort of what I'm doing now is, now that I have like the summaries for each chapter, I'm going through and identifying like what should happen on each page. Like I actually like script. So basically the way I started out is I do outline. And this is like, these are like paragraph summaries. And then from there I go down to like, I split these in splits into chapters. So then each chapter gets its own paragraph. Just like a general summary of what I want to happen in that chapter. And then from there I split it into 16 to 20 pages ish. And usually what I'll do is I'll actually start with 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. And this is really important. These 4 parts are Ki, Shou, Tang, Kits. And then each of these 4 parts gets split into 4 more parts. Ki, Shou, Tang, Kits. Within each of those individual pages. And what's nice is 4 times 4 equals 16. So that gets me 16 pages. And then I have a 4-page buffer. Like I have like 4 extra pages that I can use should I need anything. It's a very like mechanical way of writing a script. But I'm a math person. Like I love math. I love budgeting. I love stats. Like budgeting is like the highlight of my weekend when I get to sit and like, it's not the highlight of my weekend, but I love getting to sit down and work on my budget, and see how my savings is doing, make sure I'm on track with those kinds of things. It's very soul satisfying for me is to do math. And so I think like a very math structured, like, drawing also works really well for me too. What about you, B? How do you do that? How do you handle all of that stuff? And what about you, Eclipse? How do you handle all of that? Let's all talk about how we do that stuff. I love math. It's fun. Dude, I balance chemical equations for fun. Let's see, I wrote a script a while ago, but this way, before thinking this way, so I've been going mostly on the fly. I think that works for some people. I think that's still a really valid way to handle writing. For some people, that just works better for them. It's less constraining and it's more spontaneous. And if that's what works for you, keep doing it, honestly. I wouldn't stress too much about how you do it. As long as it works well for you and you're satisfied with your story, that's ultimately what matters. Oh, that wasn't accurate, was it? I'm sure I could probably find a brush of this to go faster, but I actually want to do it by hand this time just so I can get the practice doing it. Let's see. B said, I have mine split into arcs/sagas that outline the events that happened before, breaking it down into chapters. Since I've been writing for a long time, I wrote my story in a novel format. First, interesting, a novel format? Oh my gosh, that would stress me out so much. But that's kind of why I like to do the paragraphs, is it allows me to write more freely rather than focusing on like the format that I'm putting it in. So I definitely understand that. That's really interesting, a novel format. I mean, a lot of comic artists have like a novel accompaniment, right? That's a pretty common thing now, isn't it? Maybe I'm imagining that part, but I feel like I've seen a lot of like webcomic artists have like a novel version or like a light novel almost. I've seen that too. I think that's a thing. Make these long. Some of these spokes longer. Writing stresses me out. Like if I had to write an entire novel, I don't know if I could do it. Always did well in my English classes as far as like writing stories and stuff, but it always like really stressed me out to do that. Let's see. Yeah, I feel that. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, it kind of helps you like imagine, like, because whenever I read a book, like I always picture the scene in my head just a little bit, but I don't see like a full picture. Like, you know, like that, like, aphantasia thing? Like, I don't see, like, super complete pictures in my mind. I always see, like, basic, almost like a paper cutout is with, like, super flat, boring colors is sort of how I see things. Or, like, basic silhouettes, basic shapes. I don't really see people's faces that much in my mind. Like, I really struggle to see people's faces when I'm, like, imagining a scene when I'm reading a book. I kind of have to trust what the words are saying. I don't do a good job at picturing it on my own. Let's see. Eclipse said, I'd like to do that at some point as a companion piece. Some Wattpad chapters to go into POV introspectives would be fun to get that juicy feeling scene. Seems like a little harder to translate the visceral. Yeah, I can see what you mean by that. I'm actually doing one shots to sort of talk about like my side characters and like some of the like other events that go on. Yeah. Oh, B, if you want, feel free to tell me what it is, and I don't mind dropping a link in here for you. Because you can't drop a link in here, only I can drop links in here. So if you want, if it's already, like, if the page is visible in Global Comics, I can drop you a link. Oh, yeah. It should be. Da, da, da. Here it is. Found it. Well, I'll drop the link anyway so people can subscribe to it. And make sure they get the updates. At least the Global Comics one. I don't know where all you're putting it, but I can at least drop the Global Comics link for you. You're welcome. Yeah, I know a lot of creators, they use a bunch of them, so I wasn't sure like which one you had. Which is fine, I don't really care what people use, so. No worries, I'm glad I could do a little mini shout out for you. What's it like working for GC? Is it my full-time job? Sure is. Okay, so what I do is, my official position is Associate Community Manager. Typically what I do, in a day-to-day basis is I help with features. I help creators, publishers, readers with questions and troubleshooting. Typically the first part of my day is checking social media, seeing, hey, how's the community doing today? How's the news? Anything I should be made aware of? And then if I have an article that day, so for example, I put together the popular last week, what's trending in Fresh Friday articles. So if it's a Monday, Thursday, or Friday, I'm putting those articles together. And then I plan social media posts. So for example, like the tweets that go out about midday, I put those out throughout the week, sort of like, so like the work in progress Wednesday tweets, follow Friday tweets, those are me. So I kind of watch over the different social medias during the day, and a wide variety of other tasks. It kind of depends. I also help with like customer service, so like if people send something to the contact email, I'm one of the many team members that help with that. So it's very sort of like a lot of different tasks throughout the day, a lot of time management, making sure like I accomplish everything, reaching out to creators, setting up interviews. For example, like the creator interviews we've been putting out, we just did one this week with Chris Hill, who does Rapture Burgers. So it's a lot of that kind of stuff. And then occasionally, going to conventions. And when I go to conventions, I'm usually there to go meet with creators, go talk with them, run around the floor, meeting with publishers and creators and see how everybody's doing. Hey, how yeah, I'm with Global Comics, you know, can I help you today? Is there anything that you need? Is there anything I can do to support you? So it's a very, like, constantly talking to people all day kind of thing. Whether it's email or, you know, I do these things called creator sit-downs, where I sit down with a creator or publisher for an hour, and we kind of go over, like, performance and analytics and marketing advice, that kind of stuff. So it's a lot. It's a lot every day. And so I have, like, a lot of... The reason why I don't show my face is because I have a lot of stuff on my walls that is proprietary information, and I can't show that. And I could probably move things around, but my studio apartment is really, really tiny. And I'd have to, like, move my desk in a way that would be really efficient for working, or inefficient for working, and so I just never show my face. Because I don't want to show what's on my walls behind and next to me. Yeah, it's busy. Yep, I don't get paid to make Godsbane at all. Like, the creator me, like the person that creates the manga, and like the me who works for Global Comics are considered two different people. So there's like no way at all that like I get paid to make Godsbane. That's something that I do completely on my own time, in my free time. It's not something that in any way is connected with my job at Global Comics. I just happen to be a creator. But I started posting on Global Comics in 2018. I was in the beta program. And I joined the Discord February 18th. It's if you want to be super technical, my 6-year anniversary with Global Comics as a creator is tomorrow. I think. I'm 99% sure it's February 18th. So, oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it, B. I do my best to help people. Sometimes it's hard being a community person because you have to sort of like be in a million places at one time, and you gotta have like really good like time management skills, and you have to have really good personable skills, and so it's a lot of different hats to wear, and like there are times where like it's really hard to like separate creator me from like the staff member me, you know, because it's like, oh gee, like as a creator I wouldn't do this. Or like, oh, like, let me go check my analytics. Or like, let me go check this. Because, you know, I work from home, right? So it can be really tempting sometimes to like, go check my stats really quick when I have 5 seconds. But that's why I have... So what I use to manage all my time is what's called the Pomodoro timer. I'll write that word out for you guys. It's really, really helped me manage my time. So it's called, I believe that's what it's called, a Pomodoro timer. And the way that it works is you have it set, so the way that I do it is I have 45 minutes on and 15 minutes off. Peak production usually, like when you're working on one solid task, usually falls about 40 minutes, 40 to 50 minutes, maybe an hour. And so what I do is I work for about 45 minutes, 45 to 50 minutes, and then I take a 10 to 15 minute break, and then I get back to work. And then I have my lunch in the midday, and my lunch period kind of changes. It kind of depends on what I'm doing that day. If I have like a certain task that I just need to stay focused on, I'll just focus on that. But if I try to take it at a regular time, and that's my choice. Some people at GC like to take their lunch exactly at the same time, and then someone like me, I'm like, I'm not hungry, I can wait another hour, or I can wait another 30 minutes. So I like it, it's fun. I literally get to eat, sleep, breathe comics. You Utah is the best. I'm really glad you like it though, Leitrin. I appreciate it, guys. I'm definitely trying my best to like be a good leader and like be a good community person and like be a good role model and like be there for people, and like it's a lot. But I definitely do my best, since I really appreciate the compliments. Thank you. I just want to be a good role model, I guess. And part of that is also like learning how to take feedback and learning how to take critique on how well you do. So if you guys ever have like feedback for me or critique for me, like just tell me. That's how I become a better leader, you know? Yeah, so I actually just use my phone. I literally just put it on 45 minutes. And then once my timer goes off, I step away for about 10 I look at the time and I'm like, okay, I need to come back at blah blah blah. So I'll just come back when the time's up. I like to get up and walk around, go get some more water, go like top my water off, play with Miso, my cat. Sometimes I'll like go walk downstairs, go walk upstairs, like get some like physical stuff moving. I have like little hand weights here at my desk, and I want to get like a cycle desk, or like there's like this thing you can put under your desk that like helps you like it's like riding a bike under your desk or something. I want to get one of those, like a little pedal machine, so I can just sit there and like exercise at my desk. I'm not a gym person, but I love like riding the bike in the gym. I just hate going down to the gym because it smells. Sorry, I stopped drawing there for a second. Dun, 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 Alrighty. Bon, bon. Alright, I'm actually gonna take this here. There we go. Oh yeah, that's what it was missing. And some whites to go with it. And see, also like using a timer and that kind of stuff as a learned skill. It like you have to like train yourself.
Hey guys, Let's Leave in the Morning is out now.
To get into like routine.
Celebration, we would do a little live version. If you're on Spotify, please give us a heart, and thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate it.
This is the band I'm listening to. The band is called Sexy Pigeon. I'm not even joking. It's called Sexy Pigeon. And it's really, really nice. I really love their music. Here's a link to the song I'm listening to right now. It's a good playlist. I like it. It's really chill. Okay, sorry guys, I had to take a second. Forgot if I leave the playlist open, it tends to be a little silly, and it'll tell me playlist cannot be played because your account's being used in another location. And I'm like, it is? Last place I know, I'm the only one that uses this account. And then like I go check my sessions and it's just me, so it's like, okay YouTube, you do your thing I guess. Alright, let's get back to doing this part. Hopefully everyone is having a good weekend. Nice to see all of you popping in here in the last 10 minutes or so. Hopefully everyone's having a great time. If you guys would be amazing, I'd super duper appreciate it if you like it. Hit the like button. If you're having a terrible time, hit the dislike button. It's all the same to me, so I like the feedback. So take it easy. And feel free to just vibe out or lurk or whatever. It's up to you guys. Do you guys have any goals, any fun things planned for the weekend, anything that you're working on, anything you're excited about for next week? Like, let's just have a fun discussion. Whoop, auto save. Gonna try working on my next chapter and probably a couple character designs. Nice. I gotta solidify some character stuff too later. So I've still got that one shot that I'm working on. So I gotta work on that some more later. But I figure, you know what? Let's do a stream first, and we'll worry about that today. Let's see, and then Eclipse says, just grinding through my comic, always wanting to play some Baldur's Gate someday. Oh man, I am not a game person. However, I really love playing Okami. Hi Miso! Hi baby! Yeah? Oh, come here. Baby? How you doing, Miso? Yeah? How's my baby girl? Miso? How are ya? If you guys don't know who Miso is, let me show you. This is Miso. This is my adorable cat, Miso. Yeah? You gonna say hi to everyone? Yeah? Yeah? Wanna sit for a little bit? I can't pet you too long. I gotta get back to work, Miso. Do a few minutes of cuddles. Oh, scratches. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? It is time for your nightly medicine, isn't it? Yeah? Is that what you're bugging me about? Is it time for your meds? It is time for her meds. I will be right back, y'all. Have a Miso appreciation minute, okay? I gotta give Miso on antibiotics, and I have to go give her meds before her checkup tomorrow. So, I'm gonna go take care of that. I'll be right back.
and a fate we thought we had. I'm staring at the wall, they crumble and we fall, makes me blue. I wonder what it does to you. Hold me tight, you said before that there's nothing left to hold on to for us. My clothes still in your drawer, we move far and farther. I'd like to see you one more time. Now you act like you don't know me. You say me cause it's slow.
Okay, back. Went ahead and got, gave me some food with her medicine. And then went ahead and got me something to drink.
Hold me tight, you said before.
I don't usually have those cold, but I like that cold. Alright. Nice. Let's see. Let's see, I'm planning on getting Baldur's Gate soon to play with my friends. Being nostalgic and playing Another Code? I know what Baldur's Gate is. What is Another Code? I don't think I've heard that one before.
I don't give a fuck what you think about me.
Oh, that's a great way to start out his song. I was not expecting that.
It's funny when we talk that you're always so nice. Then behind my back you pull out your lies. Do you really have nothing else to do? It's always he said that
She said, do 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 the end. What you think about me? She said, someone who just She said that she said, one sodium, another me. Don't give a fuck what you think about me. Let's see, back in the US in like 2006, the first game was called Trace Memory. They remade it for the Switch along with a sequel. It's like a mystery puzzle game. That sounds fun. Honestly, really the only game that I play right now is Okami, which I'm playing because I'm gonna make a manga version of it. So I'm playing the game to sort of like go through and like study various environments and do drawings of various characters and sort of like get the English version. And soon I'm going to be going through and getting the Japanese versions of things. Because I can find the English version pretty well. And I'm pretty much done with it. I'm kind of going through it again, making sure I got everything correctly. Yeah, it's a lot though. It's a lot of transcript to get. That doesn't quite feel right to do this. Oh, it's big, small bead, big bead, small bead, big bead. Probably be easier to use a brush for that part. Should probably grab my brush and throw that in there really quickly. Let me grab my handy dandy. I actually have a brush for this specific tassel type. I'm gonna get that in there and get a sketch version of it in there. I want it to feel really live, and so I'm not gonna use super clean lines here. Trying to keep it kind of loose today. Oh, I'm getting sleepy all of a sudden. My goodness. Let me turn the music down a little bit. It's a little loud for me. Let's see. What's your hopes and aspirations for Godsbane as a fellow US creator and your outlook and path to execution of the goals? It depends on which manga we're talking about. For I mean, for Godsbane specifically, my goal is just to get it done. If I can make income from it, cool, that's a bonus. I haven't quite decided yet if I'm ever going to set it for a charge, like if I'm ever going to make it like a paid comic. I might. I mean, right now, honestly, like, I think if I were to tell you like what my ideal day would be, it would be getting up and working on Godsbane for a living. That would be really super dope. But I'm not gonna stake like, oh, I have to be able to do this for me to be happy in life, right? For me, I make manga because that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do with my life, and working with Global Comics allows me to network and meet other creators, and like I get paid to travel. Or rather, well, I mean, yeah, I get paid to travel. Like, I still get paid to do it, and they, you know, pay for my tickets and stuff. So, like, for me, that, you know, that's just as exciting a goal. I've always wanted to travel, and I love getting to meet other creators and support them and uplift them. You know, so I don't really, I mean, if it ever came, like there may come a day, like, I have to be realistic with the fact that there may come a day where I have to choose between Global Comics and Godsbane. I hope I never have to make that choice. But ideally, I just get to make Godsbane at my own pace, and someday I get to like go to conventions and sell it and go meet other people and host panels and maybe become a streamer for a living so I can work on Godsbane every day. That'd be super cool. Yeah. So just getting it done, honestly, like, and my goals will probably change over time. But right now my goal is to just focus on getting stuff done, getting pages done, and then once I reach that first volume, once that first volume is completed, about 200 pages, my goals will probably start to shift a little bit. I'll start saying, okay, I have this first volume done, what can I do with it? Do I want to go ahead and go through my first Kickstarter? Do I want to head and start creating other merchandise with it? Because by then I'll have 200 pages worth of content. What else can I do with it? That sort of thing. So for right now, my goal is just to get it done, and then once I hit that first volume, I'll probably sort of look at other options for starting to become like a more serious creator, start making some income. And then on the side, I have some one-shots that I'm working on as well, that are in the same universe as Godsbane. They're in the same world. So I'd really like to get those done as well to sort of help sort of expand the universe. And then I would really love to see if I could get Godsbane published someday with a publisher. However, it's a little long for most publishers. Most publishers aren't going to be interested in a title as long as Godsbane. So I'm not super convinced that that will happen, or that that's a reasonable goal for me to achieve. So for right now, I'm just focused on being an indie and getting it done. I'm sorry guys, definitely messed that up. This probably would get smushed up a little bit. I guess I'm a simple person, I guess. I mean, if I never end up making a lot of money through Godsbane, that's perfectly fine. Because I'm gonna make it regardless. But I'd love for it to become a job for me. It'd be super cool. This only works if it's if it's like pushed up really far. That makes sense. Yeah. I definitely could not do self-publishing right now as far as like it being my only thing. I have too much student debt. Um in fact, just a year ago I had a lot more debt than I have now. Um so right now that debt sort of kind of holds me hostage a little bit. I mean, it's like $28,000, you know, and like not paying that debt could be like a really bad idea. So I kind of have to, and I don't really have like a fail safe. Like I have people I could go live with if like the worst happened and like I lost my job or like I lost my house, like my apartment or whatever. Um, but that it would be just a temporary solution. It's not like I could live there forever. Um, and I wouldn't want to. You know, it's just I feel I find it disrespectful to like rely on my parents too much. Well, I mean my dad, my stepmom. I don't really talk to my mother. Um, but yeah, it's something that I have to be cognizant about. Of like I know what I need to survive. Like I know because I budget so tightly, I know exactly what my monthly needs are. As far as like the debt that I have, um, which is just the student loans. I don't have any other type of debt at the moment. I like to keep it that way. But I know I will be incurring more future debt, especially once I go for top surgery, unless my insurance pays for it all. I mean, I'll still have my deductible, you know, which will be at least, you know, it will be over $1,000. I don't remember off the top of my head what my deductible is, but you know, it's like I may have some debt from that I may have to pay. I will have debt from that I'll have to pay, on top of my student loans, and so like it's not. I'd have to make a lot of money, especially because once you become self-employed, you basically pay double the tax that you're already paying, and so I'm very cognizant of what amount I would need to be making to be able to step into something fully independently. Plus, I don't have any intentions on marrying. I don't have a boyfriend. I have no intentions of having a husband or a family. So I have to navigate life as a single person that has a lot of debt. And that means I have to be a lot more careful about my choices. But that's super cool that you were able to step into self-publishing. How do you like it so far? Has it been worth the risk? I assume so, because it sounds like you've got your break and you're starting to enjoy. It sounds like you're enjoying what you're doing. How do you feel about it? Was it what you thought it was? Was there things you didn't expect? I'm curious to hear from someone who's made that leap. That's good though. You were able to make that leap, and it sounds like it's really been really beneficial to you. So that's awesome. Let's see. Spiritually, yes, I was run down in my career. I needed that time regardless, and I was lucky I was fortunate to be able to do so. I will be honest, I expected marketing to be easier, but alas, it is what it is, and I'm happy I was able to execute on a book from start to finish, regardless of sales. Ironically, from a you're a marketing professional? That's amazing! Yeah, I definitely would have thought that would have been easier. What about it was harder? Was it just that it's like suddenly your stuff and it's different doing your own versus someone else? Let's see. Eclipse said, I've been specializing in email marketing for about 10 years now, so there's so many silos of knowledge, and I realize I am not totally proficient in social media appeal. But anywho, learning all the other aspects, like print pipeline and ebook packaging, I'll just show up in fun new avenues. Yeah. Definitely. There's so many, like, smaller... That was kind of what I learned about going in with Global Comics, is all of the other like aspects of going into doing like comics for like professionally, right? Because like my specialty is creation of comics, not necessarily doing like community stuff. And so it's definitely been like a learning curve as far as like all the small little things that you have to account for. Right, because suddenly when you're working with a large group of people, there's a lot more responsibilities you have to think about. Hi, Miso. Meh. Meh. Want to come up here, Miso? Do you want to come sit in your spot? Come here. Come here. Hey, Babby. Babs. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, you ready? Oh, come here. I can't reach you. Ready? There you go. Now you can sit up here. All your adorable fans can hear. All your fans can hear you. Yeah, baby girl. What you doing? You gotta sit, Miso. You gotta sit. Whoop. See? That's why you gotta sit. Because you lean up against my tablet and it moves. Just kidding, that was my bad. I didn't have it locked properly. Sorry for the jump scare, it scared me too. Miso, Miso! Yeah. Yeah. Miso, miso, miso. Your fans love you. Alright, let's see. She said. Oh, I gotta plug my phone in. My phone's gonna die. Babs! Where's it, baby? No, you're not gonna lick my hair. No, ma'am. Not right now. You gonna sit down, Miso, or you just gonna stare at me? I can't pet you and draw at the same time, Miso. Do you want to sit in my lap? Is that what this is about? Yep, that's what this was about. She wanted my lap. Alright guys, I got one hand now. Ooh, you got a fever again, baby. You okay? I mean, you don't. The rest of you doesn't feel hot. It's just your feet. Oh, your chest does feel warm. Well, we've got your follow-up tomorrow. What time do they open tomorrow? They open at 7 tomorrow. Might take you in early. Oh, fuck, they're not open until Monday. Thought they were open on Sunday. Shit. Let me see if they're open let me see if they're open on Monday. Okay, they are open on Monday. Alright, guess Miso, we're gonna have to wait till Monday. I could have sworn she said they were open on Sunday. Miso's been dealing with a little infection the last couple weeks. And I thought she was finally getting over it. So I thought. She's got a little bit of a fever again. That or you're just a little extra warm. Can't keep you on antibiotics forever. It's really hard to draw with one hand, Miso. Baby. I don't think I did this part right. Let me redraw this a little bit better. Make it a different color, actually. Miso, it's not a lot of room up here, baby. What you doing, crazy girl? Do you guys have pets? Do you guys have pets? Cats, dogs, hamsters? Do you guys have pets? Two cats, Abby and Milo. Oh, Milo is such a good name. I'm actually gonna set up a ruler. I'm so tired of those playlists stopping. Three cats? Aww. Misa, what are you trying to do there? You want to sit by the cool air? Is that what you want? Sounds like you just want to sit by the cold air. Misa, I'm trying to use my keyboard. Troublemaker. I'm trying to like put my hand near my keyboard, but because she's sitting on my lap, every time like I put my hand down, she like bunts her head against my hand, and then I hit the wrong keys. Silly girl. What is it, baby? What are you doing? What are you doing? I think I got the wrong ruler type. Try again. Linear ruler. Why is it not working? I think it's this one. I think I just had the wrong ruler picked. Oh, bye, B. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. Take it easy. Alright, we found it, guys. I found it. I was just using the wrong ruler. Okay, it does go out just a little bit. Alright, now I'll put all this down closer where it should be. Oh, this is my favorite song by them. One of my favorites. Was it Miso? Having a good time, Miso? Yeah. You just vibing? Yeah. You definitely don't feel near as warm now. You must have been curled up in your little bed over there in the corner with the electric blanket. That must have been why you felt so warm. Yeah. Yeah. My baby girl. You want it down? Okay. Here you go. Oh, calm down. You're gonna get tangled in my cords. There you go, babes. You can stay on the blanket or you can go down. It's up to you. Alrighty, we're getting just about here to the end, y'all. Sorry guys, just kind of got focused there for a minute. Alrighty guys. Whew. Alright, it is almost midnight here. I'm probably going to go ahead and call it a night, guys. We had, I think, a pretty good stream. Let's see what we worked on today. I didn't get near as much done as I wanted to get done, but that's okay. It happens. I did do a lot of talking this particular time, and there's lots of hatching going on here, so it's gonna take me a little bit longer. But anyway, thank you all so much for coming. I definitely appreciate it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stream tomorrow. Maybe I'll think about it. And I may or may not stream tomorrow. I mean, on Monday. It'll depend on how Miso's vet visit goes. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you all so much who joined, and I will see you hopefully on Monday. Have a great night. Ciao!